Well, howdy everybody, and welcome to another edition of Stock Show Confidential. This week, we're in Denver, Colorado for the Denver National Western. And we're gonna head over to the Lamb Show, check out all the great things there, and then we'll round it out in the historic yard. Stay tuned.
Keep these 5 for the next go around. Jared, I'm gonna circle them twice.
Let's give these kids out here a real nice round of applause. This is a really, really good bunch of young showmen. We had, like I said, we've had the best as we worked all the way through the young people, and quite frankly, I've watched our kids grow up in this particular project, and quite honestly, it takes a lot of time to get them to behave and to cooperate and do the things that we ask them to do to get out here in the show ring. They're really, really good, high quality kids and great showmen as we get out here. My young man there is in the second spot down. For me, again, I think he does a fabulous job. I think he probably locks and loads as quick as anybody in the lineup. You know, and we always talk about it when we do camps. It's a 1, 2, 3, and you better be locked and loaded, and you better have your lambs trained to do that. He gets that lamb set and braced. Didn't matter if he was in the front end of the group or in the middle of the group. That lamb sat and braced up really good. He did a real nice job of keeping his line as we got in here, and really does a nice job of keeping really a good brace on this particular lamb. I think a really, really close call as I see it out here. And again, this is the toughest job, I guess, quite honestly, that I think that I've had to do in a long time. And again, I think they're very, very close. To me, I guess probably at the end, the one that probably locks, loads, and has probably the least amount of trouble, and that lamb just doesn't move. When he gets posted up, he gets posted up. I'm going to use the young man for champion and the young lady for reserve. Let's give both of them a real nice round of applause. Congratulations.
I think as you watch this young man showing today, I think one of the real big advantages that he's got is the ring presence that his lamb and himself has got when they first come into the ring. I think it's one of those deals where he's got this lamb head and neck where it belongs. He's got that lamb in motion. He's showing the presentation and the things that we want to look for from the standpoint of one that's in motion, standpoint of his skeletal build, his muscle shape, and then as he comes in and we set him into a locked position from behind, or when we do a side profile, like we got the side profile, it basically it's about a 1, 2, 3 stop is what we want to do. He grabs his legs, gets those set, and basically is what we're for, is get him set as quickly as possible, get him into a brace position, and be quite honestly, from a judge's perspective, when kids can get that done, we know they've gotten their homework done at home, they've done some of the time element that it takes to get that done, and of course gets them in presentation in a quick way. So then we get ready to handle them, we can jump in, we can put our hands onto them, we can get the brace, the handle, get the feel and the finish that we got. And of course, when we're trying to get a handle and where he gets a real nice brace, we get a real nice firm touch as we get into that rib cage. And when he stays right with him, that loin stays up where it belongs into him. We measure really kind of a square loin edge. As he goes in and I catch length, he's gonna let me go in and I'm gonna go like this. And he's probably gonna come forward just a hair. So I get a little more length, but not to give up any of that shape. And so we go in, we handle, and I go back into here. He's gonna give me a little backward pressure so I can see how that shape and muscle is gonna handle. Biggest thing we do is, of course, is making sure that we get him set, locked and loaded. And usually the kids, they can tell in motion real quickly by the lamb's body language if they've worked with them. They can tell when one moves a joint, moves out of position. I'll guarantee he does. He can tell it immediately as we get into him. And so as we get him out there in motion, we'll watch him go in motion here. Just go ahead and make a big circle with him. You know, he gets a nice steady pace. He keeps that head and neck where it belongs. Gives you a great silhouette of him. And that's what we're looking for. When he comes right at me, I want to see how he looks from the width of the chest, how he hits the ground. And as soon as he gets right back up into position, he's going to set those, where I'm standing, he's going to set rear legs first. Get them set and square, because that's the view I'm looking at. Then he'll set the front legs in position. And as I slide around to the front side, he's going to make sure he's got a nice brace. He's going to keep the head and neck and shoulder coming out and give you that great look that we're looking for. Hopefully that'll help. Nice job, bud.
Our champion senior showman is number 8900, Brock Hill of Sapulpa, Oklahoma.
Sullivan Show Supply was established with the vision of producing more than just your ordinary show supply products. Whether it's fitting supplies you're looking for or the latest equipment, everything you need to make it into the winner's circle is right here. Don't just take it from me, take it from them. Sullivan Show Supply will be here before and after the sale.
On this week's Sunglow Spotlight, we'd like to shine the spotlight on Bryce Bedecker from Verona, Illinois. Congratulations, Bryce.
To me, I guess probably at the end, the one that probably locks, loads, and has probably the least amount of trouble, and that lamb just doesn't move. When he gets posted up, he gets posted up. I'm going to use the young man for champion and the young lady for reserve. Let's give both of them a real nice round of applause. Congratulations.
Well, I'm with Brock Hill, and Brock just won the senior showmanship in the lamb division. Now, Brock, let's talk about how much time that you spend back home before you get to one of these. How much time are you spending with that lamb trying to get him ready for just a showmanship competition?
I spend about 3 hours a night in the barn working with all the sheep I have at home, and just constantly keep working with that same sheep.
Who's your mentor? Who taught you your showmanship skills that you have?
His name is Chad Charmison. He's taught me everything I've known, and he just keeps striving for me to do my best, and always coaching me on the sidelines, making sure I'm doing the right thing at all times.
Well, I know this is not your first win. We saw you last year at the OYE win reserve showmanship there. How much more does this mean to you to be able to walk away from Denver knowing that you're the best of the best?
Feels pretty good, but I just can't be too confident, because you know at OYE I can turn around and lose.
You're going to go back in a little bit for the championship drive. You had a lamb that did very well this morning. Let's talk about that lamb.
I had reserve champion lightweight in the blackface division.
Where did he come from, and did you know that he was the guy whenever you first saw him, whenever y'all went to a sale? I'm assuming that you bought him at a sale. Did you know that you had a really good shot with him?
Yes, I did, and he come from Impact Hamps out of Wisconsin. And the first time I saw him, I told my dad that he's the one, I want him, and he ended up buying it for me.
Let's talk a little bit about the money that you guys spend, because it's a costly thing to not only buy lamb, but buy the feed, and spend the money for the hotel room. Is it worth it?
To me, it's worth it, because it's taught me a lot of things in life, but you just gotta be dedicated to do it. If you're not dedicated, then there's no point in trying.
Did you grow up with an ag background as far as your mom and dad? Did your dad grow up showing animals?
Yes, my dad showed sheep too when he was my age, and my mom did too.
So whenever y'all go together as a group, y'all go look at these lambs, how much do you rely on your mom as well as that partnership?
My mom, she doesn't really get into it as much as my dad does. He really picks out all the sheep, and she just, like right now, she's at home feeding sheep, taking care of them all, so that I can be here showing.
Well, good luck to you, my friend. We'll see you in the drive-in there in just a little bit.
Thank you.
on the side profile comparatively to the limb ahead of him. I like to make him shallower made right in through his chest floor to get him up a notch higher.
I grew up showing, my wife also grew up showing livestock, and we thought the values were just very, very important for our children to pick up. We wanted something they could do to be successful at. We kind of understood they weren't going to go to college on athletic scholarships. We showed them rodeo, we showed them sports, we showed them livestock showing, and they took this and ran with it.
When I was little, my sister had already been showing, and so right off the bat I picked it up. When she was walking pigs, I wanted to be right next to her walking pigs. I wanted to be with her. I wish I could jump out into that ring, but I wasn't old enough, and so I was so jealous. I rely on my dad. He pretty much finds the ones, and then he asks me, do you like this one? And if I'm just like, I don't know about that, but usually he does a pretty good job. In FFA, I am involved in speaking contests and job interview and livestock judging and pretty much anything that I can get in or make the time to be in.
It's a good time of the year for us to come this way. We're harvesting pecans right now, and we can sneak off and do it, and it's kind of the calm before the storm of the Texas majors for us, and we see a lot of people at Denver we don't see anywhere else. Everybody that's in this barn is wanting to win, including us more than probably anybody here, but what it boils down to is it's a sheep show. We're 10 hours from home with our family. We got one more to go, so we'll hope for the best, but some of our friends won, and we're thrilled for them. You know, that this deal is not about money. You can say it is, you can throw that around any way you want to. When it's all said and done, that money's gonna be gone, and we'll have pictures and memories.
Stockshow Confidential is brought to you by the following sponsors: Sullivan Show Supply and Stockshow University, Sure Champion, Sunglow Feeds, 5-Star Ford, WW Livestock System, EB Trailers, Luberson Livestock, and StockshowConfidential.com. This segment of Stock Show Confidential is brought to you by WW Livestock Systems, the leader in livestock handling equipment.
When we get down to it, I've just really have had an excellent experience here once again, and I'm just super pleased with these individuals. I'll go ahead and shake our hand of our champion. Once again, it's truly been a pleasure to be here. Let's give these kids another big round of applause. Congratulations. Nice job.
Our grand champion market lamb from the 108th National Western Stock Show was our medium weight, entry number 8298, 155-pound Ferrari owned by 17-year-old Destiny Johnson of Frederick, Oklahoma.
Once again, we're joined by Destiny Johnson from Oklahoma. Now, Destiny, this is kind of getting to be an old habit with you. Last year, we saw you at the OYE win both Grand Goat and Grand Lamb, but you did a little something different today. Grand Champion Lamb here at Denver. How's it feel?
I don't know, I guess it's just a rush, the adrenaline rush you get after any major show winning it. I mean, local shows, jackpots, you have a little bitty crowd, it's a little bitty thing, and then you come up here and it's the big ring and you get all the announcements and there's all the people, and it's just a ridiculous like adrenaline rush.
Well, you know, it's incredible to come to a major show like this. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Most people never have the chance to walk behind the gold banner and win the grand champion. So it has been great. And I know that we're going to see you down the road some more because your career's not over.
Not quite. I've got a little while left, at least until March. And then might see me again next fall, depending on which college I go to. So,
What are your plans later on?
it depends. I'm looking at trying to get a livestock judging scholarship at Cameron, and that only covers 2 years. So it'll either be my freshman, sophomore, or junior, senior. If it's my junior, senior year, I'm going to start out at Altus, going to college, and then transfer to Cameron.
Well, I had the opportunity to talk to your dad. He had a smile on his face. It's going to take a week to wipe that off, and I know your mom's back home feeding all the animals back home, so I'm sure you're going to be on the phone to her in just a minute.
Yeah, after I got done showing, I looked up to look for my dad because I was really tired and really wanted a halter, and he disappeared again. So that seems to be a habit after a major show. He just disappears for 20, 30 minutes and then he'll show up later.
Well, Destiny, I know that your give out has been a long day for you, and once again, sharing your victories with us, well, we really appreciate it.
Well, it's an honor to be able to win these things, so thank you.
We'll see you down the trail.
How big is he?
As in pounds?
Pounds, yep.
161.
All right. What's his fat cover and tenths, what do you think?
4/10.
Okay. And how big a loin do you think is in square inches?
3 to 4.
Okay. All right. If you were going to change him to make him the best one you ever showed, where would you change him?
He's getting a little bit soft cover-wise, and I'd like to give him a little bit more lower leg.
Okay. I agree. Nice job.
Well, friends, be sure and check out StockshowConfidential.com, our Breeders' Corner. We have the top lamb, goat, pig, and cattle breeders listed there. Check it out. And this week, we're going to highlight some of the top breeders listed there. Caldwell Willoughby Sales is a livestock marketing company whose expertise is the promotion and marketing of show cattle. They provide a wide range of services to meet your show stock marketing needs with an eye toward an ever-changing and emerging industry. It's their goal to keep your program in the winner's circle. To learn more, please log on to www.cwcattlesales.com. If you'd like to be part of this exciting opportunity to showcase your breeding program or have an upcoming sale that you would like to promote, contact me at Terry at StockshowConfidential.com. Be sure and check us out at StockshowConfidential.com and like us on Facebook. If you'd like to advertise on Stock Show Confidential, please contact me, Terry at StockshowConfidential.com. Well, welcome back, friends, and now that the lamb show is complete, we're going to head back down to the yards and sit down with our good friends from Caldwell Willoughby Sales. When we talk about the Denver National Western, and the first thing that all old cattle people think of is the yards. What makes this so special, Dan?
I mean, this is obviously brings the best cattlemen from across the United States and Canada, and it's a great opportunity to meet a lot of these cattlemen and talk to them about what they look for in our company for the online marketing for us, and it's just a great opportunity to get one-on-one with them and talk to them and talk to also the people that are buying these cattle online from us. So
there's been a lot of stuff going on in the cattle industry, from droughts down south to the winter storms up in the north. What have you seen as far as the impact on y'all's cattle sales go?
You know, it seems like our sales have been as good this year as they've ever been. I think that the majority of the people that we get buying from us are 4-H oriented people. And I think one thing about the 4-H deal, no matter how much adversity or bad things there are going around, people still find the money to go ahead and buy these show cattle because it's something they do as a family. You know, it's their family hobby, and hopefully it works out well for the family.
Dan, what do you expect to gain from being here? And how many years have y'all been coming to the National Western?
our goal the first year was to get 10, 15 sales. Well, that first year we did over 100 sales. This year, in 2013, we were right around 300 sales. We did 240 sales from September 1st to December 1st. The expectations here at the stock show, what we want to get out of it, we want a relationship with the buyer and seller on both sides and get those cattle in the right hands to the right people.
Well, and that's one of the things about our industry, and we're looking at some elite cattle here whenever we talk about the best of the best, but for families that want to get involved in this. They don't have to spend thousands of dollars. They can start out on a low budget and slowly grow that as they, start to win and gain some knowledge of the industry.
Oh yeah, I mean, we'll sell cattle from $1,000 to $90,000, and I think Todd had a calf that we sold online for him that I want to say that $3,500 wins the national or the North American International Stock Show there in Louisville. So I mean, it isn't necessarily what they spend. It's a matter of buying the right quality animal, and I'm working with the producer that they're with, and we want to bring the producer and the buyer together to have a good relationship on that, and give the kid the opportunity to find that special animal for him to work for a project.
Well, there's no better place to grow a kid up than to do it as far as we're concerned in the stock show world. And I appreciate Todd, Dan.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you down the trail.
All right, we'll see you then.
Well, once again, friends, thanks for joining us on another edition of Stock Show Confidential. We hope you've enjoyed the tour here in Denver, Colorado. And until next time, I'm Terry Jordan saying, here's hoping that we'll see you in the winner's circle. Closed captioning brought to you by Stand Alone Feeds.